you developing yourself so you can be ready to be marriageable? What kind of family you're looking at? What kind of career are you interested in? All these sorts of big questions. For some reason, in American society, we ask you to make them all between the ages of 17 and 25. So, you have a chance within these short years to set yourself, if there's something that you guys are smart, if you saw something that your parents did that you don't like, now's the time to change it, right? Maybe you wish your parents had given you a stronger background in your faith. Maybe you wish that your parents had talked to you in your language from back home and so you were stronger in it. Maybe you wish that your upbringing had been a little bit different, or you had made a little bit different decisions when it comes to your priorities. This is the time to not repeat those mistakes. No offense to the parents. Right? You have the power and you have the ability to choose a slightly different life. And the other thing you have to consider is that if you're sitting here and you feel like, alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim, I'm happy, I've got this kind of this identity and this faith, okay, alhamdulillah, that might not last forever. Okay? So if you are doing math and you're 18 years old, and then if you never use math for 10, for 20, for 30 years, how's your math going to be in 30 years? It's going to suck. Right? It's going to be tough. You're not going to be able to do anything. Right? And similar, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're whatever your job is, there's something called professional development, right? You're expected to be able to update your skills. You're expected to be able to invest in the things that you can do to build up capacity. So why would we assume that our faith is something different than that? Why would we assume that we can just sit on this gold mine of faith that we believe that we have and just ride it until the rest of our lives? That's not how it works. If you don't take the time to prioritize your faith now and invest in your faith now and do the things, maybe you want to learn Arabic or understand the Quran, maybe you want to understand the Seerah, maybe you want to take a class. There's a million online classes, a million institutes popping up every single day. Maybe you want to take a class. Now's the time to do it. You should have a plan, just like you plan for your career, what college you're going to go to, what major you're going to go to, what classes you have to take, and what your degree is going to be, what job you're going to get, what residency you're going to have. Okay, what are you going to do this year for your faith? What are you going to do next year for your faith? Where do you want to be as a believer in 5 years? Where do you want to be as a believer in 10 years? Right? We are very, very good at planning for the dunya, and we've forgotten that we have to plan the same way for the afterlife. Okay, so your faith is not something that's just magical, it's going to stay forever. If you don't take care of it and you don't invest in it now, it's actually going to get weaker and get weaker and get weaker. And then you're going to come to find that there's going to be a day when you're going to be afflicted with maybe a doubt that you never thought that you would have. Or you're going to feel just like unmotivated in a way that you never thought possible. You think, man, I used to have such strong faith when I was young, 17, 18, 19. What happened? What happened is you let it go. And you didn't take the steps, and you didn't take the means to every day put something in your tank. It's like, a piggy bank. How does it go up? Right? You're going to set up, you're going to save up, put away, put away, put away. Hopefully, you're going to cash in on the day of judgment. So, if you're thinking about that sort of thing now, you're going to have no problem. It's going to be easy. If you forget about it for the next 7 to 10 years, it's going to be really, really hard if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, mid-30s, and you haven't been doing that sort of thing. So try to keep it in mind, right? Allah, as I just said in the Quran, Surah Al-Qasas, He said, take care of your afterlife first, and then don't forget your part of the dunya, right? It wasn't the reverse. He said, take care of your dunya, and then, when you have time, you can do something for your afterlife. Take care of your afterlife first. The dunya is always going to be there. There's always going to be money to make. There's always going to be houses to buy. There's always going to be vacations to go on, things to experience, and things to do. Take care of your priorities first, and you won't regret it, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Let's go on a hike.